So lately, there have been this situation in Minnesota where daycares are committing fraud. That's kind of iffy. I mean, the situation with Minnesota, right, is that apparently Tim Walz are involved with these frauds. Like, he actually supported.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Is that, I'm not sure, is that the Somalian flag?
There, that's better.
Somali flag.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, it looks something like that. Just one
There,
star
that's
in
better.
the middle.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Or some kind of variant. But yeah, it looks about the same. So Tim Walz is involved. I mean, he supports this. He supports the idea of Minnesota committing fraud with daycares, right? And it's thanks to this guy for exposing them.
The Somali population. Here, this building alone, Quality Learning Center, is a daycare, yet they spelled learning wrong, and they said leering. This daycare alone in 2025 has received $1.9 million from the government. And the strange things about these childcare centers is there's no one here right now. It's midday on a weekday, and if you were to try to go inside, it's completely closed and the windows are all blacked out. No one's working. Midday. Children should be in here, and this place is licensed for 99.
Layering Center. Let's be very clear. Quality Layering Center. And they're getting paid for 99 kids when they have currently 0 kids. This is their license number. It's pretty wild. That's a lot of money, $1.9 million.
Children, and this is the outside. There's no windows, no nothing. And like I said, they literally spelled the word wrong on their sign.
Yep.
This is open and blatant fraud taking place here inside of Minnesota. The government is complicit with this, and this is just one of the hundreds of child daycare centers here inside of Minneapolis being ran by the Somali population. It's sad that it's happening here in Minnesota.
Yeah, basically. I think it's because they have a lot of support from a certain someone. It's pretty wild because Tim Walz, he's been known to be kind of sneaky, right? I'm not saying that he is, taking bribes or anything, but this guy, he always plays these kinds of games where he try to pretend to be relatable, and he's not even like good at hiding it. Tim Walz pretends to fix car.
Out. Except one thing I'm still tinkering with, cruise control. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. At the same time, we talk about creating an opportunity economy so that everybody can get the opportunity to thrive. So
like, oh yeah,
come here, take a look at this. I'll show you how this thing works. It's fascinating how the cruise control works on these old
school.
E45 International Motor.
Yeah, this is the watch.
No
like
computers. All ingenious. Couple miles in the cruise. That's what is when the middle class is strong. It shows you exactly what to do to fix things on this. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have a manual too. It's called Project 2025, and it's a way to stick it to the middle class by giving tax cuts to the wealthiest, rigging our economy to make it more difficult for people. Look, they didn't.
Oh look, he just tried to talk about politics again when you'd think he's just talking about cars. Oh, full of shenanigans. All right, let's go back to scrolling through here. Yep. This is a daycare manager. Wait, shits. There's no videos of him, but this is just how it is. They just keep scamming, and then they get away with it. The shitty thing is, they don't do this in China, or they don't do this. Now, you cannot really blame Somalians for committing scams, right? Look at this, right? He's getting paid pretty well for scamming people. Yeah, he cares about kids. Yeah, this is what he is about. Just chilling, talking. Yeah, he's wearing the same jackets. But yeah, this is what he's about. Yeah. Like, be honest with yourself. Do you really blame a Somalian for scamming Americans? It's honestly a pretty good deal, right? You scam, get away with it, make a bunch of money, don't get in trouble at all. So you cannot really blame him for it. Who you should blame is the politicians that allow it to happen. And what is it? I think Elon Musk, he posted something about that these daycares are donating to politicians. Some Minnesota, some Yep. Fake childcare center caught donating to Democrats. Look at that. Helping a helping hand senior care. That's why, like, you see oh yeah, they also do senior care too. That's why you see a lot of those Somalians just beating up beating up senior citizens in senior homes, is because they're not cut out for the job. They hate the fucking job. They just do it because, well, you know, it's a scam. It's fraud. That's why the care is so shitty in these daycares or senior care homes. It's because they don't follow the regulations. They just if an old person's annoying them, they just whoop their ass. Trump dick licker is crying about 30% of income going to Minnesota Somali people. LOL. Yeah. Minnesota daycare. Let's look a little more before I cut it off.
Where are the kids?
Oh yeah.
Where are the kids?
He's showing his face, but this guy's covering his face.
Most profitable daycare in Minnesota.
Look at that. He covers
not a bad
his face
business.
because he's afraid.
I just want to learn how to start a daycare.
Right. Let's find one where they actually talk. Oh, right.
I want to say that there are hundreds of daycares out there, Somali daycares that are out there, and we all help our children and everyone.
By the way, this guy is a manager of a daycare
in our community. We have high quality daycares, and this is very sad news that one individual who made a false claim about fraud that is happening in the daycares.
Why not just sue him?
How engaged everyone else to come and do this to us.
You see, this is how they argue, right? They commit fraud, and they talk like as if they haven't committed a crime at all, and they try to antagonize the person that caught them in the crime. This is how they handle it.
I want to say that
face, yeah. This is how they do it. They just totally ignore these accusations. To be fair, like, ignoring these accusations kind of works because our politician allows it to happen. If I was running Minnesota, if I was Tim Walz, I will file a subpoena against these daycares, freeze their bank accounts, and take away their green cards, take away their citizenships, and I'll be generous. I'll buy them a ticket to go back home, right? I'm not as ruthless as China or Russia, where they would just kill these people on the dot. Honestly, I think it's justified to just throw these people in the ocean and just tell them to swim back home. And if they try to come back on land, you shoot them. But, you know what? This is America. We're generous. So we just let them in because, well, we're generous people. And we'll fly them back out. As long as we recover all our money. First thing first, we got to recover our money. And if they refuse to give us the money back or give us all the shit that they stole from us, then we shoot them. Yeah, we execute them. Fair enough, right? Like, we don't want them to take the money and go back to Somalia with it. That's bullshit. I didn't give them... I'm not gonna let people steal and get away with it, obviously.
There are hundreds of daycares out there, Somali daycares that are out.
This is how they argue. They just totally ignore the accusations, or they just totally ignore like what they did is wrong, and they just try to gaslight people into saying, "Oh, these people, they're losers. They're just harassing us. We did nothing wrong." Blah blah blah. They keep lying. I do think with how the justice system is, like if you lie or you plead not guilty for a crime, you do have reduced sentences. That's just generally the situation with our judicial system. But you know, people could lie. And I believe that if you lie and you get caught with the crime and it's been investigated and your crime is confirmed, you should get triple the punishment. Like instead of 15 years, you get 45 years. I think that's justified. But yeah, this is the sack of shit that's involved. And oh, what's this?
I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
Hear that? She just admits that fraud was bad. Look at these Karens, all of these Karens. They're like, oh, you did nothing wrong. Blah, blah, blah. These, believe it or not, they're not fraudsters. They're just puppets of the Democratic Party. They've been gaslit into thinking that they're doing a good thing for poor people. But in reality, they're just virtual signaling, which is another form of evil. They're just virtual signaling, trying to deceive their friends and family into thinking that they're some kind of nice people. But in reality, they're just manipulating the truth so they can create an opportunity to show the world that they are these heroes, the modern day heroes that help these helpless people. The woman just literally... This girl just literally admitted that fraud is bad. And she realized she made a mistake. She realized that this goes against her people. This goes against her scheme. And everyone here is just feigning ignorance. And they're just pretending to be nice so they can look like good people when they're a part of the evil.
Childcare is cut. I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
Look at that. Yep. Yeah, fraud is bad. But why does she look so disturbed when she said it? She's probably gonna get killed, to be honest. Those Somalians are gonna axe murder her. They're gonna think that she's a traitor. Well, good luck. All in all, I believe... I'm not gonna target the Somalians. Like, they're doing the right thing, believe it or not. Scamming Americans is very profitable. Who should get punished is the governor, or Tim Walz, because he knows that this is happening. He could subpoena them right now, and he can freeze all their accounts, and he can have all these people arrested and investigated. I mean, the investigation is already done, but he could shut them down immediately. But he doesn't want to, because for some reason, like, he supports this. And also, they donate a lot of money to the Democratic Party, so I think this helps Tim Walz a lot, right? How else is he gonna buy these vintage cars if he doesn't have enough money? All in all, you don't argue with these people, you hammer down and you stop them from stealing, and you try to recover as much money as you can. And also, for the politicians involved, jail them, imprison them, and beat their ass. I think that's justified.